Day 165, the poet speaks about what all he can do for the peace, happiness, salvation of the mankind. In the day before yesterday's session, we have seen as to how he can come in a mixed form, isn't it? As Nrusimha or Narasimha. In fact, looking at that Whaler, even a lot of movies are made in his name, Narasimha, if you see. Hmm? So now, in today's session, he speaks about for the Creator's sake or for the Brahma's sake, he can take any form. Why? Only to restore peace on this planet. You know, he has assumed the form of a fish for the protection of the noble and the Vedas and the Shastras. That too, for a few days, he has given life for that fish, and that fish is led into the ocean as being the size going beyond the capacity of the king to maintain. Under the time of Pralaya, he comes and rescues. Not only that, from fish he takes the form of a tortoise, where he sets the huge mountain on his back for the churning. And with that churn, you know, what all comes out. He bears everything. Why? For the upliftment of the mankind, for the protection of the good. Isn't it? Look at his endurance. You might consider its low birth or lovely birth. So there is no, what do you call, shame. For us, we have, certain works we don't want to do. If there is a principal, he says, I don't want to take classes, I want to only administer. Look at that. We have different things, that this is mine, this is not mine. Maybe you have that skill to do, but you don't want to do. Your table is not neat, but you don't want to clean. You want your neighboring room person to come and clean your table or organize your files once a while. I have seen a lot of people like that. Two situations. One, they feel below their dignity to do their own work, or they are so viragis that vairagyam, it makes no difference however the things are. That only by diligent observation you can know the true inner nature. So here for him, right from the fish to Buddha, everything he takes with equal pride. His endurance for the salvation of all of us. So such being, he says, Nupeshu kada deva bhakta bhimani. So never does he, proud of his devotees, fail their expectation. He never fails the expectation. I know people, they go to Lord of Seven Hills and somehow they couldn't, get the darshan due to some reason. Then in front of the Dvajastamba on the platform, they stand there in front with tears, with folded hands. And the Lord blesses. He says, okay, tatastu. And the very next moment, they get a message saying that they are employed. I've seen all these miracles in my own life, with my own things, with my own people. He is a giver, always, provided you are genuine in your asking. At times, people become arrogant. After gaining, they forget all the pros, who all were with them to reach them. They forget. That is human nature, but God never forgets anything. God never forgets anything. विधि कारणे जाहलाम्यस्य वेगी धरी कूर्मरूपी धरापुष्ठभागी जनारक्षणाकारणे नीचयोनि नृपेक्षी कदा देव भक्ताभिमानी नृपेशी कदा देव भक्ताभिमानी. He shall never disappoint his devotees and always keeps track of his devotees wherever, however they are. You might say, get out, but he's always in, but you don't know. That is his speciality. You might call he shameless, but he's all merciful. It depends upon how you look at, isn't it? So, vidhi karane, for the sake of the creator Lord Brahma, Jahala, he becomes what? Matsya, a fish. When? Vegi, speedily. So he doesn't wait. He doesn't say, I'll come tomorrow, I'll do later, if I have time. Therefore, we say busiest man or an able manager has time for everything. In case a person says, then take it that they have no heart, not that they have no time. Where there is a will, there is a go. Now, he says, Dhari, hold, Kurma Rupe, in tortoise form. What did he hold? Dhara, the earth. Purshtha bhagi. Purshtha means back. On his back, he held the earth. In the sense, you know that mountain Meru where the churning had happened and Vasaki comes down as the rope and the head part is given to the asuras. The tail part is being taken by the gods. You know all and what all comes out. And then you know the great epic of Shivaratri Mahima where Shiva comes to swallow. There are many things there. Let us not get deviated. And you know Mohini Avatar for the sake of Bhasma. It goes on. So Prishtabhai has given his back to hold that huge mountain, isn't it? It is Jana for people, Rakshana Karane, for the sake of protection, nature, lowly, Yoni, species, the birth. He has taken the birth of the most insignificant and the lowest order in the evolution. That is the fish and the tortoise. The pig, the boar, the wild boar, you know, Varaha avatar on the banks of river Kaveri, closer to Kyar, is a wonderful Varaha Lakshmi temple. Each one of you have to visit that, I tell you. So wonderful it is. Huge monolithic carving of around 30 feet. Amazing. Generally, the moment we say God, we think of Rama and Krishna, Buddha and other things. Or people who are into business, they think of the tortoise and the Meru or the Sri Chakra. How many of us can worship all these, right from the fish to the boar? Think. So, for the sake of it, has nothing, he can take any form. He can take any humiliation. You keep shouting at him, you keep patting on his face. He says, hey, I love you, I come to you. That is the magnanimity of God, which we can never understand. We can never understand. We can never understand. All that we can do is we can raise our hands in the air, put it up, and say, I surrender, I bow down to you. Then the mercy flows much. Or else what happens? His mercy is there, but you are not on, you'll not be in a position to receive. But in spite of it, he has his own techniques of pushing it. Just like you have a television, you don't turn on the TV, the channels won't get displayed. All that you are supposed to do is turn on the wall switch, take the remote and turn the remote, and you see the channel flow. Similarly, here, don't say no, don't come, get out, I don't want you. Maybe some ups and downs might have happened. Even that is for good. They are the testing times to understand who is what is what. Never, never, never give up God. Lupeshi Kadha Deva Bhakta Bhimani. He shall never forsake his devotees. Saying so, we conclude today's session here. Thanks for being